Okay. Welcome back, adventurous listeners, to another Make Weird Music playlist. It's been a few weeks, months since the last one. I have been so heads down. I'm finishing a new book called Mental Prisons, a self-help book for nobody. A new album called Okay But Why, and my business that I run it's just been crazy. So I'm just heads down working day and night. Most nights I'm just working. So I haven't had time to make a playlist in a while, but I finally got around to one for August 2025. And most of this month's playlist, almost all of it, is user submissions. I did a live stream maybe last weekend and was able to just get a lot of great submissions from people. And yeah, so that's what this is. That was percussionist, drummer, and composer Ches Smith. Maybe it's Shez, I'm not, or Shay, I don't really know. But the album's called Clone Row. That was a track called Clone Row, the album title track. Pretty wild, strange stuff. This next one, let's just check it out, because I don't want to even try describing it before we hear it. Oh my goodness. That is a group called Grand Sbam. I don't know. 67 monthly listeners. I'm pretty sure this is a new album. Oh, 2019. Maybe it was the previous one that was new. Yeah, 2025. Just came out in June. So, one of the reasons we do these playlists is because people say there's no good new music. And I mean, I've featured hundreds and hundreds of artists by now. There's plenty of new music out there. You just got to dig around. So I'm very grateful for all the people who've submitted music, in the live streams. So hopefully you can catch one of them. They're not scheduled. They're just based on when I'm available. But we do this in a Google Doc, and everyone just joins and starts typing stuff in. This is one that I got via email, Shark Mask Replica. So you can imagine it is sort of a tribute, homage to Captain Beefheart Trout Mask Replica. So let's check out Shark Mask Replica. No shortage of tritones in that one. Thank you, Sory Davis, for your submission of Shark Mask Replica. That was a track called Space and Time. And we just really enjoyed that on the live stream. And if you're just joining or this is your first playlist video, these playlists are on Spotify and Apple Music. There are links to them in the description, and there's like a plain text document for those of you who want to make the same playlist in Tidal or whatever other services you might use, YouTube Music. If you do that, just leave a link in the comments and I'll add it to the video description so other people can enjoy it as well. Yeah, this one is actually not so weird, but I just thought it was fun. DJ Real, the track is called Longfingers, and apparently this guy's like a comedian and a musician and maybe a soundtrack artist or something. But yeah, this is also pretty recent and just fun. Great way to end a track, right? Really cool. Nice work, DJ Real. There's a lot of really goofy music on this playlist. This is probably only the second time I'm hearing most of it, maybe the third. So, you know, what you're seeing is me just being surprised by what I put on here. All right, so this next one is an artist called Fulano, and the track is called Viaje El Silencio. I don't have any information on this one. It was just put in a bullet in the Google Doc that we were doing on the live stream. So some of these tracks were submitted via email by people who watch the channel, and that was kind of the theme of the live stream. Let's go through my email because I have so much music just buried in my email inbox. All right, here we go. Viaje a Silencio. Oh my goodness, how cool is that? Those the background vocals, and then the rhythms going on, and I love how they keep that motif going. Oh my goodness, what a cool track. Fulano, very nice work. That's from 2015. All right, this next track is called Amazing Graces from Ava Mendoza and a few other people. Ava's a great, really interesting guitarist. I didn't know about her until the live stream, and then I've dug into her music a little bit. But yeah, this is from an album called Mama Killa uh, from this year, July 11th. Came out 2 weeks ago. So check this one out. Man, I know Sorry Davis had Shark Mask replica, but that's to me way more Beefheart than Shark Mask replica. Still awesome, awesome music. She studied with Fred Frith. I didn't even realize that. Oh my goodness, and she's worked with so many amazing artists. I hope you saw me highlighting some stuff in her bio. Okay, this next track is from a band called Shardik, and it's the music's written by Matt Hollenberg, who has done a lot of really interesting stuff. I just interviewed him yesterday about this album. It is so good. It is so whacked out. Look for the interview coming real soon. You might recognize Matt. He's been on the channel a few times with Infinian, and he had a band called Cleric, and he just did a surf album with Trey Spruance from Mr. Bungle. And I happened to accidentally run into him at a Graham Nash concert where he and I and Trey were all seeing our mutual friend Adam Minkoff perform. Anyway, this is a brand new album, also 2025, new music that doesn't suck, from an album called Cruelty Bacchanal. This is, I think, the opening track. Oh man, if you want to bob your head, this is a crazy album. If you can keep track, a lot of it is just straight with Matt just playing with rhythm everywhere. But yeah, look for the interview because super interesting music. Okay, this next track is an artist called maybe Ukandanz. They they are from, I'm not sure where, but I know that they played at this Ethiopian music festival, and somebody submitted this in the Google Doc from our previous stream. Ethiopian funk meets math metal prog. With a horn section and amazing unhinged sounding Ethiopian singer who makes use of their traditional scales. Here we go. Four Against the Odds from the album Evil Plan. I think, yep, this is also brand new, 2025. Here we go. I think I've been accused of only featuring music with saxophones and tritones. So I am definitely biased towards that kind of music, but man, I really love it. Super cool, nice work. You can dance. All right, this next track is, I don't even know how to pronounce this stuff, so Pogne, I have no idea. It's just really interesting. So let's take a listen. Oh my goodness. Double trio connected by a keyboard player. Super interesting concept. And they're French. There's so much cool music coming from France. Yeah, I guess I'd heard of this band Poil. I don't know how to say it. I know nothing about French, but man, great music. A lot of great music coming from France. This next one is a Japanese, I don't know if Japanese artist, but I think so. And it was submitted. It's funny, a lot of Make Word Music listeners, or at least people who come across these playlist videos, love this. music from Japan, and a lot of it is like very frenetic, hyperactive. But for me, it's like straightforward music, just very fast tempo with a lot of crazy sounds and stuff. But there is a lot of interesting music coming from Japan, and I was pretty impressed with this one. Becttem Pollt. Don't even ask me to say the artist's name. They are on fire, and this is a live album, live at Club Goodman. Also, new music. This just came out in 2025, May 23rd, 2025. Right on. Okay, this is another artist I've come across in this next one several times. Ku. I have no idea. I love weird music, but sometimes they really just don't help themselves with these band names. If you don't know how to say the artist's name, it's really hard to promote them. But yeah, this is a track from an album called Artificial Sheep, and it's called Shepherd. This was another submission from a viewer. Do I have a name here? No, I'm not seeing a name. But thank you to whomever sent this one in.
Times of urgency and haste shepherds the weak through the valley of science that saves us from bias. Lost is he who in the name of liberty and big numbers shepherds the weak through the valley of blindness. The valley of the mindless, out of work, out of sorts, armed with nothing but digital flows. Lonely brain in pain, in vain is forging the key for all entries. A simple code for a complex mode. Life in denial, in mistrust and fear. The truth becomes conspiracy here.
Boy, if this playlist don't wake you up, you're not awake. You're not alive. Yeah, it's really front loaded with heavy, hard hitting, fast music. Things do change right around here. Track 12. It gets a lot more mellow, except for Bloor that's coming up. Here we go. This next one is, I think it's Jesse Krakow, but it might be Krakow. I don't know. Jesse has a brand new album coming out on Cuneiform Records, and I've only listened to the first 2.5 hours of it, if that gives you any clue. And I think I don't know how many tracks there are. I'm going to guess 200 songs. Um, I believe it's out for like early release on Cuneiform's Bandcamp. Let's see. I can't find it in my iTunes library. So anyway, yeah, it's here it is. It's the album is Krakows or the artist is Krakows, Krakhouse, and there's 87 tracks and it's 3 hours and 5 minutes long, but it's awesome. It's so funny and interesting, and Jesse's a good guy. I think he just had an album launch party too with Coulter McCorkindale playing live with him. And Coulter runs our social media here at Make Word Music. He's awesome. So yeah, a song like this, I found this on Jesse's solo artist page. I'll look up Crack House while we're listening to this.
She sings a song of freedom. She sings a song of bliss. When she's doing her homework, she sings a song like this. She giveth me a handshake. She giveth me a kiss. When she's making clothing, she gives a song like this. People know that she's a dreamer. She makes a batch of pancakes. She makes a pot of piss. When she's having a baby, she makes a song like this. She makes a song like this. She sings a song like this. She sings a song like this.
Man, I don't know how you record guitars like that. It sounds like the microphone's in a tin pan or something. Really amazing. But yeah, definitely check out the new album. Some of the song titles are incredible, but it's such like inside Prague. Like if you're a Prague fan, it's great Prague music that pokes fun at a lot of Prague, and it's so good. Anyway, all right, this next one is Reg Bloor. We just interviewed her maybe a couple weeks ago as well. Solo metal guitar. She is from another planet, just absolutely brutal. And yeah, I have her CDs right here on my desk. You should absolutely pick these up. Egregious Harmonics, using a harmonic guitar made by her husband, Glenn Branca. This is Pieces for Double-Bodied Harmonics Guitars, she has two guitar bodies on each side of a guitar neck, and then a bridge in the middle, and she plays with a slide. It's just wild. And this other one, viewer discretion is not advised. This song is called I Didn't Wake Up This Morning. Little light, easy listening for you. It is 9:37 a.m. I've never done one of these in the morning, but yeah, definitely feeling more awake Thanks, Reg. This is a submission, from a viewer. I think, let's see. I think he or she said it was their band from a while back. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, yeah, Melanie from YouTube, I think from Australia. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was Ireland or something. Anyway, so Melanie submitted a track from Surplus 1980. The band leader is Mos Dayano, formerly of Sleepytime Gorilla Museum. Surplus 1980 has been around since 2011 and continues to make weird music. Our RIYLs, I don't know, inspirations, are Devo, Talking Heads, Para Ubu, and The Fall. So let's check out this track Last, which I remember being pretty cool when we listened on the live stream.
This will be the last thing you wake up to. This will be the last time your eyes open. This will be the last moment you will stand. This will be the last time you take a walk. This will be the last time you take a drink. This will be the last taste of your choice food. This will be the last time when you will think. This will be the last you reading the news. This will be the last time you see your friend. This will be the last time you see their face. This will be the last time you hug your cat. This will be the last trip to a great place. This will be the last time for reflection. Your imperfections. This will be the last day to have regrets. No turning back now. Life's many upsets. No changing them now. This will be the last kiss that you will give. This will be the last embrace you will get. This will be
Very cool. Super, punk groove, odd time. Love it. Really good. All right. This next track is improvised guitar. I put this on because of Nick Didkovsky. There's another track by Nick that I wanted to put on the playlist, but is not on Spotify or Apple Music. So I found this newer, well, I guess it's brand new, February 1st, 2025, extended guitar trio album of improvised guitar music. And I'll just say this is the most accessible track on the album. Okay, so if you're still here by now, listening to this music on this video, thank you. Truly adventurous ears and open minds. I appreciate that. This next track is probably the most normal And it's got to be a weird playlist when you say Mike Keneally is the most normal song song on a playlist. But I put this on here because I absolutely love this song, and I love it so much that I had Mike years and years ago, maybe 10 years ago, play it for me in my dining room. Like, I recorded him, and there's a video of him just playing the guitar part in my dining room with the song, and it's so good. We had Mike play a house concert. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but look up this performance for this song, and there's a lot going on here. It is a dense piece of music with so much wonderful compositional work happening. I can't tell you how much I love this song. I listened to it again in preparation for this video to place it in the playlist, and I was literally cheering listening to it. It is so good. Just go listen to that song. It's just unbelievable. Oh man, incredible. And watch the video performance on the channel. I haven't looked at that video in years and years. But one of the reasons I put Mike on the playlist is because I get his emails. I've been on his mailing list forever, and he has a brand new release coming out tomorrow, August 1st, on Bandcamp Friday. With Brian Beller. It's the third volume of live performances that's being released. Anyway, follow Mike on Bandcamp and buy his stuff. It is so good. This album, You Must Be This Tall, is genius. It's really incredible. All right, this was another submission from Klemen Bresnikar. He just did this really, really long interview with me in his magazine called It's Psychedelic Baby, and great interview. He really dug deep into the Failure to Fracture stuff. So if you want to know more or hear more about my thoughts on Fracture, that's the place to check it out. Robert Fripp kindly shared that link just recently on social media. Anyway, Clement, I think he produced this album or this band or something like that. They're called the Gatekeepers, and when did this come out? 2024, pretty new. Nostalgia for the great American monoculture. This is the opening track called The Good Old Days.
Your age,
sun always shined and it never rained. But you have done your best to make it worse, so thank you. Violence is rampant in the streets, and the helpless and the poor die of disease. But you pacify yourself staring at your screens, watching trending videos by unknown teens. Instead of gathering together to make a change, you choose to hang back on your phone and not engage. And so even if it's better in many ways, it's still worse, 'cause don't care. You have no excuse.
Just great stuff. Really cool songwriting. Reminds me of Family, the old band, with some surprising chords. Okay, this was another viewer submission. Another fan of Japanese music. This is Aoki Takamasa and Tujiko Noriko. I listened to several Tujiko Noriko tracks. The one that was submitted by the Make Word Music viewer was not on Spotify, or at least I couldn't find it. So I found another track that I thought was interesting. Here we go. Totally hypnotic, so good. And I love how so many of these electronic artists find these sounds that you just would never put together in a musical context, and it just ends up being some wonderful thing. All right, this next track is the last two actually are way more mellow. I usually put the mellow tracks at the end, but this, I don't even know how to describe it. Let's see, Johan. Yeah, I have. It was submitted, I think, by a Swedish guy, or maybe he was Finnish, and I believe this album is like, well, it's from 1995, and I believe it's like native, indigenous music to that area, and it's very strange. The whole album is kind of out there. I feel like I don't know what to say about it, because there's a part of me that's like, is it strange, or is it just my Western ears that say this is strange? But I'll say, for my Western ears, I found this to be really intriguing and strange. It may be completely normal and colloquial for the people of that area, but I'm completely ignorant about it. So let's take a listen. yeah, if you want more of that, there's a whole album of it, and it's pretty cool. Okay, this last one is Daphne Aurum. The album is called An Anthology of Noise and Electronic Music, Volume 2. So that should give you a little bit of a sense of what we're going to check out. A lot of the songs on these playlists are really long. I try to find things that are a bit more digestible, and I don't mean like accessible or something. I just mean like if you just want a sampler of interesting music, you might not want 8, 12, 15, 27 minutes. And so it's hard to find some things like Cedric Hendricks, one of my good friends. He loves this band Asleep at the Sea, and I would love to feature them in a playlist. But, I listened to their new album, and it's like all of this cinematic music that's, it swells, and you can't get like a 1 to 2 minute sample of it. You have to listen for 6, 8, sometimes 15 minutes to get the full effect. So, yeah. So this is one of those tracks where I was like, this is really cool. Hard to get a real sense of, what's going on here. And this is an anthology album, so it's a whole bunch of different artists. But yeah, check out. This is a cool anthology of noise and electronic music. And then we did an interview with Ian Boddy, who has these amazing compilations of electronic music with analog synths as well. Really great stuff on his Din label. Okay, Daphne Aurum, 4 Aspects. Here we go. Last song on the playlist. Man, I was getting really lost in that. Yeah, there's super cool. I didn't know all of this about Daphne Aurum. What an incredible life. Born in 1925 and making this kind of music in the 50s and 60s. A pioneer in electronic music. All right, so thank you so much. You've made it to the end. That was 20 tracks of strange and mostly new music. That is very cool. I'd be remiss if I did not mention my new album is called Okay, But Why? And it is coming out sometime later this year. There's a lot of tracks on here that have already been released on Make Word Music, but they've been remixed and reworked. So yeah, especially the opening track, which should be familiar. It's kind of our theme song. It has Morgan Ogren on drums, Michael Manring on bass, Steve Ball on some guitar soloing stuff. I'll close with some of that. I can't put it on the playlist, but if you've made it this far, I hope you enjoy it. And if you want to support Make Weird Music, it's $3 a month to just click that join button below the YouTube video player. This is not a Facebook feature if you see this on Facebook or anywhere else. And the money just goes to paying the bills and making stuff happen. I will be at the Three of a Perfect Pair camp in New York next week. Just got a lot of different stuff going on. So I appreciate you making it this far. Please join Club Weird, or, at least subscribe, click like on the video, all that stuff that you know to do because every other YouTuber tells you to do it. All right, let's close with the opening track on my new album, Binge. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks.